Can anyone feel this energy? The energy is so intense. I definitely can feel it. I've been having, sleepless nights where I'll just wake up during the night, feel this, intense vibration all around me. But I know that the veil is very thin at the moment. So, this is why we are feeling all of this. We are stepping, or we are in Aries energy right now, and all the planets are aligning. Sometimes I feel like the planets are just throwing this big show at us, like watch what we can do. And yeah, it's amazing. It is tiring, but it is amazing. Aries energy is all about that fire, that wildness, and that is definitely me as a Libra. I am more peace, harmony, finding that balance, quietness. So it's quite the contrast compared to Aries energy, but I think we all need that little oomph in our life. And yeah, the veil is very thin, so I guess we're all feeling it. I notice people who are not aware of what's happening in astrology. Not that I'm very, I love to hear astrology, but it's very hard to understand as well. I am more of the spiritual person than looking into astrology. So I really admire people who can, understand these planets and talk about them. So I notice people that don't know what's happening right now, and I can see their energy is shifting, there's like a little bit more tension, more of this, more of that. So it's nice to observe what's going on without absorbing it. That's like the most important thing, observing what's going on without absorbing it. So, yes, I think, as I always say, without darkness, you cannot have light, and without light, you cannot have darkness. So, you need a little bit of everything to find that balance in life. And I believe that this energy is taking us back to those wounds that we have, that may have affected us when we were children or teenagers or in between, things that may have caused us hurt, trauma, fear, anxiety, helplessness. And I think this energy is showing us the things that we haven't worked on, or we thought that have been settled within our mind, within our body, our soul, I had an experience, I had a dream a few days ago. And the dream was with this person that I'd had, conflicts with, throughout my life. And I was with this person, we were somewhere, and I was speaking my truth, and I was being brutally honest about how I feel and what my likes and dislikes are and what I believe to be true. Because with this person who had these narcissistic ways, you just cannot be yourself. Like, everybody in the room with this person would walk on eggshells. It's that kind of behavior, that kind of person, characteristics. And so I was speaking my truth, and I was being me, who I've always wanted to be with this person, And this person was like looking at me like, who's this lady? This is not the Jessica I know. And I felt so good. I felt so in power, and so in control of my own self, of my being, of who I truly am. And after this, an angel came, and this angel showed me two numbers. And so the dream ended there. And when I woke up, I kind of relived that dream by closing my eyes and just going back just to connect the dots. And I researched what those two numbers meant. What was the angel showing me? What was the explanation of this dream? And funny or not, the numbers were, there was a sentence, and the sentence was highlighted, and it was like, let go of what doesn't serve you anymore. Move into the true you, be authentic, and don't have like any doubts in yourself, because you are who you are. And that just lit up a light bulb. So I can feel that that was the point of that dream, was me stepping into who I know I truly am and letting go of those past memories that affected me in a way that I thought was negative. But of course, throughout all the bad, because nothing is bad, nothing is good, yeah? But let's say it that way. Throughout all those bad experiences, you always learn something. And if it wasn't for that experience, you wouldn't be the person you are today. And I chose to be a person different than this person that, was narcissistic and still is. I choose to be different. So the angels were showing me that this needs to be healed. This past experience needs to be healed, because although I've worked on it, I didn't do enough or deeper work than I should have, because I kind of let it go because I had other issues that were more recent that I had to work on. So this Aries energy, this fire, it's showing us, it's pushing us through these experiences that for us were maybe fearful, were traumatic in any way. And it's healing. You need to heal the situations you've been through in order to move forward. And I've known that because I've been through it already, and I've healed physical parts of my body because of past trauma, past stress that I had been through. So it is amazing how everything is just so connected. Everything is so connected. Your dreams are all messages. They are telling you something. There is something in it. Always. Sometimes we, of course, need to dig deeper to understand what the meaning is. And part of that healing, I just did a 45-minute meditation, and I was receiving messages from my angels and my guides, and I was asking for healing for these thoughts, these dreams that were coming up, because the energy is so on fire. This is how it affects me. I go into this thought pattern, but I know what the pattern is because I'm very familiar of it. And what I've noticed is a deep way of me healing is by praying. And I pray for these people, because these are people that need to heal themselves. They need to go through that healing journey, but maybe this is not the lifetime that will happen. So I pray for these people, and I truly send them love, and I send them peace, and I send them abundance. I send them everything that this world has to offer and beyond. Because after all, it's all about love. It's all about love. And I know that people have gone through so many harder struggles than I have. And it's not easy. It's not easy to pray for people who've hurt you deeply. But I think this is the time. I think this is the time in order for us as humanity to heal and to move forward. Last time I was at the beach and this thought came because I was reading a book. I actually finished the book and I'm going to read a little paragraph of it because I really want to share it with you. So I was reading this book, and this book is about this guy where Our Lady has had appeared to him in Woodstock, New York, and she appeared to him and continued to appear to him throughout a few years, and he would speak with her, and he was saying how we as a collective, when we pray, we raise the vibration of earth. Okay, it's like singing a mantra. You know how the Buddhists, they sing a mantra, and it's like with this certain frequency, and you can feel the vibration. I don't know if you've ever experienced singing a mantra, but I've done it a few times, in groups, and the vibration is just so high. It's just so powerful. So I'm reading my book at the beach, and I'm thinking, there were a few people, a lot of tourists, and I was thinking, imagine all of the people on this beach just praying, or we're just singing a mantra together or something to raise the vibration. But in my thought, it was praying because I'm reading this book. And I was just picturing, when I close my eyes, the light on the sand and around us just keeps on shining, and just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the vibration we as humans need to make as a collective. So me, by praying for these people, I am raising the vibration. And I'm going to leave you with this. I am going to read this paragraph, and it just, I don't know, it lit something up within me. At the moment, my heart is just like, I just can feel the fire energy. It's insane. Like, I wish I can show you people, or I can explain to you in words what I'm feeling, but it's just like, wow, it's amazing. So I'm going to read this paragraph. The book is called The Way of the Rose. So this is when Mother Mary would speak to this guy, Clark Strand, and she said, "People say that the world is dying, but I tell you that she is pregnant and near to giving birth. So little of what you see and understand about your world is true. You hold the broad outlines of a coming collapse, but you cannot foresee the disappearance of the world that you have made. Your world is not my world, but my world is yours. And if you will let me, I will lead you there again. All of your fears, all of your worries, all of your anxious preoccupations, these have a single root cause. The world you have made cannot endure, and you cannot foresee the world to come." This paragraph just stood with me, and I just kept on reading it, rereading it, because I feel like this is exactly where we are right now. So little of what you see and understand about your world is true. The world you have made cannot endure, and you cannot foresee the world to come. And I feel like she's saying that right now, the greatest awakening here on earth is happening. But we cannot foresee it because all we see is negativity. All we see is bad things happening around the world, war, poverty, hunger, homelessness, fighting, children being abused. This is what we see. But that is not what's happening spiritually. This is not why we came here as souls. We haven't been ascended here. This is not our job. We are here to raise the vibration. And through raising the vibration as a collective, things will change. And I believe that to be true. As I always say, I don't like to divide, but in order for us to explain ourselves, we need to use words. You have the unconscious and you have the conscious. Be part of that conscious movement where you can help uplift, enlighten others. And if they're not willing to see that, it's okay. That's their journey. But this is yours. This is why you came to Earth. Okay? And I'm sure that you are watching this video for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences. So I will leave you with that. And the light in me always greets the light in you. And I wish you a beautiful day with happiness and good health. See ya.